Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Together in a room, we are the Office Blokes, aren't we?
We are.
The three most powerful military office blokes in the world.
Military Office Bloke. I'm not military.
Are you not?
No. Never been in military. Never wanted to be in the military. Got military mates and they're good enough for me.
They can do the military.
Let them do the
You do the pubs and the football.
Correct. I'm the sports guy.
Military.
Yeah. They're the military guys. I'm the sports guy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Good
sure
point now.
they turned me away at the moment. Half blind in one eye, wearing some giant glasses.
And you ginger.
And a ginger, yeah.
Got no chance.
I think that does it. That just overrides everything.
I said to him before, I don't know if you know this, but did you hear us laughing upstairs before when me and Mike were outside?
No.
We stood outside with Mike and I said, yeah, Mike, who's that over there? Who was it?
It was him.
It wasn't you, but it was just looking at you out the window.
Oh, really?
It's funny,
Yeah,
saw
he's
this
a
guy
ringer.
walk away, but the thing is, then he turned around.
He turned around, we started laughing and he turned around as if we were laughing at him.
It's even more because he had the beard and everything, didn't he?
He looked proper like you.
Doppelganger. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the 10 most powerful militaries in the world for 2023.
Yeah.
Who do you think's going to top the list?
USA.
USA. All day long.
USA be top 9.
So, France were actually higher up some of these lists than I thought.
Yeah, they were one of the things, weren't they?
Yeah.
Until it starts.
Yeah.
I'm going to say USA. I'm going to say China second.
I'm going to say India.
India are going to be up
because
there.
they've got pretty powerful army and military, haven't they? I
I
think
think Britain will be in the top 10.
they should be really.
I think where we don't do great
Is NATO a military? Is that classed as a military?
No.
because US are in that as well, aren't they? So
Yeah, but it's the most powerful militaries. It doesn't say countries.
Well, the
could be
EU
classed as
tried doing like an EU military, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which they're still talking about doing.
Yeah, the French surrendered, so he couldn't go ahead with it. The Germans tried to take over.
Yeah, they always try and do that, the Germans, don't they? Anyway, let's find out the 10 most powerful militaries in the world for 2023.
All of the countries in the world have armies that have different strengths and weaknesses. In today's video, we're going to rank the top 10 military powers in the world. Let us begin. Number 10. Brazil. Starting with number 10 on our list, we have Brazil. Brazilian army has 1.2 million military personnel in service. 300
Said 2.1, didn't it, when he said 1.2?
1.2.
His voice is kind of hard. I'm trying to keep up with him a little bit. He's fast talker, isn't he? Fast, slow talker.
Yeah.
He said 1.2 and it's 2.1.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on him.
Keep an eye
I'm
on
going to
this.
say it was 2.1.
Yeah. What is it? Reserve personnel. 3.4. 1. Oh. Bingo!
You're confusing me now.
60,000 of them are active, while 1,340,000 of them are reserve. There are also 400,000 paramilitary personnel in the army. As air forces, Brazil owns 42 fighter jets, 77 dedicated attack aircraft, 125 transport aircraft, 210 trainer aircraft, 41 special mission aircraft, 2 tanker fleet, 179 helicopters, and 12 attack helicopters. As land forces, Brazilian army has 439 tanks, 1,958 armored vehicles, 136 stealth-prepared artilleries, 546 stout artilleries, and 78 rocket projectors. As navy, Brazil owns 1 helicopter carrier, 6 frigates, 2 corvettes, 7 submarines, 22 patrol vessels, and 5 mine warfare ships. Number 9.
Aren't Brazil potentially allied?
Where'd you find this video?
I literally...
I mean, I'll admit, I'm not the most excitable person in the world, but
I literally typed in most powerful military 2023 and clicked on the first video, but he is just mumbling to himself.
I think this was just a run through, wasn't it?
Sorry, Dave, what were you going to say?
I can't remember now. I want Brazil potentially allied with China and people like that.
No, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure because they're part of that BRIC, sort of like BRICS, whatever it was called. It was like Brazil, Russia, India, China, and was it Saudi Arabia was the
I think that Bolsonaro was more along those lines, wasn't it? The one that's just been
But that was more of an
out,
economic sort of like conglomerate type thing.
They were going to stop trading in the dollar, weren't they? I think that was one of the things they were
I
going to do.
don't think they're sort of
group.
exactly anti-Europe or anti-US or anything, are they?
Well, they have
Brazil,
their
I
own
don't
currency.
think,
They don't. The currency's not the dollar there.
No, but they trade. Like the world trades in the dollar, don't they?
Yeah.
And I think those countries, the BRIC countries, were going to get together and trade in something else.
Yeah, well, you look at them as powers. I mean, I remember talking about. I remember someone giving me a presentation on BRICS countries years ago when I was probably about, I don't know, about 25, 26.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, 10 years ago. So it was like 11.
Yeah.
11 years ago, you were.
Yeah.
25 years.
Seven petrol vessels and 2 corvettes.
Pakistan. Next on our list we have Pakistan on number 9. The Pakistani army has 1,640,000 military personnel in service. 640,000 of these personnel are active and another 500.
That's less people than Brazil.
Up to now.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It's not the. It's most powerful. Doesn't necessarily mean the biggest.
So
Depends what else they've got, I suppose. The other kit and hardware and maybe aircraft and stuff.
Experience.
Yeah.
1,000 of them are reserve. There are also 500,000 paramilitary personnel in service within the Pakistani army ranks.
They got them boots on discount, didn't they?
357 fighter jets.
It's supposed to be green and brown, mate.
90 dedicated attack aircraft. 54 transport aircraft. 551 trainer aircraft. 24 special mission aircraft. 4 tanker fleet. 307 helicopters. And 57 attack helicopters in the Pakistani army. As land forces, Pakistan has 2,824 tanks, 9,950 armored vehicles, 689 self-prepared artilleries, 1,208 towed artilleries, and 560 rocket projectors. As Navy, Pakistan owns 2 destroyers, 6 frigates, 2 corvettes, 9 submarines, 48 patrol vessels, and 3 mine warfare ships. Number 8. United Kingdom. Coming in number 8 on our list, we have the United Kingdom. United Kingdom has the total number of 231,000 military personnel. There are 194,000 active and 37,000 reserve personnel in service. There are no paramilitary personnel in the ranks. As Air Forces, the United Kingdom has 119 fighter jets, 23 dedicated attack aircraft, 40 transport aircraft, 247 trainer aircraft, 20 special mission aircraft, 9 tanker fleet, 235 helicopters, and 24 attack helicopters. As land forces, the British Army owns 227 tanks, 5,015 armored vehicles, 89 self-prepared artilleries, 126 towed artilleries, and 44 rocket projectors. As Navy, the United Kingdom has 2 aircraft carriers, 6 destroyers,
There's your answer for yesterday.
12 frigates, 10 submarines, 26 patrol vessels, and 11 mine warfare ships.
It's bothering me. It keeps saying petrol.
Number 7.
And a partridge
So
in a pear tree.
Is nuclear missiles not included in this then?
Probably not.
Clearly not.
Are they clearly
Part of the military?
Are they openly advertised, or what
Probably not.
nuclear might you have?
I think like UK, US, Russia. I think they pretty much know how many warheads everyone's got.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's fairly well known.
It may.
I think people like Russia and China want US to know how many they've got as well.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Is that part of some kind of deal? Is it some kind of treaty?
Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. I think it was earlier on.
Declaration.
There's only supposed to be like 4 or 5 countries that had them anyway,
Right.
but then other countries have developed them in the end, don't like India and 1 or 2 other places.
North Korea.
North Korea.
Iran.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
France. Coming up number 7 on our list, we have France. French army has 415,000 military personnel in service. 205,000 of these personnel are active and 35,000 of them are reserve. There are also 175,000 paramilitary personnel in service.
What does paramilitary mean? Is that like civilian
Yeah.
Yeah,
sort of
it's
branch?
really.
It's paramilitary I've ever not come across but heard about was always the ones in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, same, yeah. That's
Yeah. That were like their own little military.
Right.
It's like their own sort of like.
It's like a
Sort of like
militia.
police.
More like a
Yeah,
like
kind
private
of.
army sort
Private
of thing,
army,
really,
sort
isn't
of
it?
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I get you.
As air forces, France owns 266 fighter aircraft, 125 transport aircraft, 165 trainer aircraft, 46 special mission aircraft, 18 tanker fleet, 435 helicopters, and 69 attack helicopters. As land forces, France has 406 tanks, 6,558 armored vehicles, 109 self-prepared artilleries, 105 TAD artilleries,
He's struggling with
and
that.
13
Isn't he?
rocket projectors.
Yeah.
As Navy, French Army owns 1 aircraft carrier, 3 helicopter carriers, 10 destroyers, 11 frigates, 10 submarines, 15 patrol vessels, and 17 mine warfare ships. Number 6. South Korea. Next on our list we have South Korea on number 6. South Korean army has 1,130,000 military personnel in the army ranks. 555,000 of these personnel are active and 500,000 of them are reserved. As per military personnel, 75,000 units serve in the army. As air forces, South Korean Air Force owns 402 fighter jets, 90 dedicated attack aircraft, 41 transport aircraft, 289 trainer aircraft, 30 special mission aircraft, 4 tanker fleet, 739 helicopters, and 112 attack helicopters.
It's a pretty formidable amount of.
They need it,
gear,
though, don't
isn't
they?
it?
Firepower.
Imagine,
Well,
you
exactly.
know, when you live in your house, Dave, you know what I mean? And if the guy next door keeps throwing stones at your house, you're going to get some kind of like defence mechanism in place, aren't you?
Already do.
And that's what,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. You got your caravan in front. It's in your old school bus. But that's what you got. That's what you need in that area. Then for them with North Korea, sort of like looking over your shoulder.
Of course you do.
know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
can't scrimp on the defence, can you? At
No.
all.
I'd love to know how the North Korean military compare in
Yeah,
terms
well,
of numbers. And
Everyone in
equipment
North
and
Korea is in the
everything.
military, aren't they?
I think
Everyone.
they
I
are,
think it's
that's
one
it.
of those countries, isn't it?
Which is one of those where you wonder whether they have got figures for it. They might have a bit of an idea, but exact figures you wouldn't have thought that they would for North Korea. Maybe
He probably
but-
inflates it anyway, doesn't he?
Yeah, I would have thought
7
so.
million nuclear missile
Yeah.
heads.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 27 petrol vessels.
Yeah,
What was the other one?
Corvettes.
Yeah,
Toad.
Towed. That's it. Yeah, towed artillery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As land forces, South Korea owns 2,624 tanks, 13,990 armored vehicles,
How many tanks do we have?
3,040
2,000 and something.
That's a lot, right?
It's a lot. Armoured vehicles.
139
about
helicopters.
12,000 was it?
A lot
Something?
of helicopters as
and
well.
112 attack helicopters. As land forces, South Korea owns 2,624 tanks, 13,990 armored vehicles, 3,040 self-prepared artilleries, 3,854 TAD artilleries, and 574 rocket projectors.
They are ready to go, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
They really are.
They know it's a problem. They know they've got to be proper stocked up, haven't they?
Yeah.
For that area. I mean, them in Japan, I guess, are
Yeah.
especially with China. China's right on the doorstep as well. Remember,
Yeah. Oh, it could be.
it's not just North Korea. It's
Could be a
China's right
complete
there.
mess
You've
up
got
there,
to- yeah,
couldn't it?
could be,
Really
yeah,
could.
yeah.
As Navy, South Korean Army owns 2 helicopter carriers, 12 destroyers, 18 frigates, 11 corvettes, 22 submarines, 111 patrol vessels, and 13 mine warfare ships. Number 5. Japan. Japan is on number 5 on our list. The Japanese army has 309,000 military personnel in service. 240,000 of these personnel are active and 55,000 of them are reserved. There are also 14,000 paramilitary personnel in Japan. As air forces, Japan has 217 fighter jets, 23 dedicated attack aircraft, 59 transport aircraft, 425 trainer aircraft, 164 special mission aircraft, 7 tanker fleet, 554 helicopters, and 119 attack helicopters. As land forces, Japan owns 1,004 tanks, 5,500 armored vehicles, 214 self-prepared artilleries, 480 TOW artilleries, and 99 rocket projectors. As Navy, the Japanese
You'd just get one more
Round
rocket
it up.
projector, wouldn't you?
Just second hand off eBay or something.
Yeah,
Just,
that's
just
round 100.
round it up.
Army has 4 helicopter carriers, 36 destroyers, 4 frigates, 6 corvettes, 21 submarines, 6 patrol vessels, and 22 mine warfare ships. Number 4. India. On 4th place on our list we have India. Indian Army has 5,132,000
Wow.
military
Wow.
personnel in service. 1,450,000 of these personnel are actively on duty, while 1,155,000 of them are reserve. There are 2,527,000 paramilitary personnel also in service in India. As Air Forces, India has 564 fighter jets, 130 dedicated attack aircraft, 353 trainer aircraft, 71 special mission aircraft, 6 tanker fleet, 805 helicopters, and 37 attack helicopters. As land forces, the Indian Army owns 4,614 tanks, 12,000 armored vehicles, 100 self-prepared artilleries, 3,311 TOW artilleries, and 1,338 rocket projectors.
It's given up.
Yeah.
It's enough talking for the day. 17 submarines, 128 petrol
Number
vessels.
3. China.
I guess with India as well, I know it's like a major sort of like populated country.
Yeah.
It's the biggest in the world now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's took over as the biggest population in the world now, India.
Is it?
I think so,
I
yeah.
think it's like 458 billion people just in Mumbai. Right, but anyway, it's the borders they have as well.
Yeah.
That you've got to look at and think.
Big.
Well, not only are they big, they're with China and Pakistan.
Yeah.
Amongst other countries as well, but China and Pakistan are the two
Yeah.
problem areas for them, sort
Especially
of
with
thing.
Pakistan, I would guess.
China as well.
But, eh?
A lot going on that border with China as well, isn't there?
Really?
Been going on for a while, I think. I think it's
Right, okay.
I think it's always been a hot zone.
Yeah.
Because China are a bit like Russia, aren't they? They like to try and encroach,
Yeah.
don't they? And sort of like,
Yeah, they like
they
to-
can steal a little bit of land, and there's a
Like
few countries around
Taiwan.
the world like that. Saudi Arabia's like that because it's like a
Is
big
it?
open area, sort of between Saudi and like UAE and places like
Yeah.
that. And all of a sudden you've got like this zone of like, all of a sudden the border sort of like creeps up, then it gets agreed to push it back, and it creeps up again. And
Really? Yeah.
Mm.
I wonder if the Saudi military are going to be on here. They might not have the
I thought
numbers,
so.
but
There's
they're,
two left, didn't they? I'm thinking it's Russia and USA.
Russia and US, it's got to be on it.
yeah, true.
But
Yeah.
Because you think they spend billions on equipment
I
every
think
year.
they do
don't
spend
they?
a lot, don't
They do,
we? Yeah.
yeah.
We've supplied them with a load of aircraft, I think,
Yeah.
don't we? Probably
Yeah.
one of the main suppliers, I would guess.
Yeah.
But,
But it's also one of them areas where it's again volatile, in it, where you need that.
Yeah.
You know, you need to
a
flex
defence,
every now and
don't you?
again. Yeah.
Of course you do,
Mm.
yeah. Like I say, India's border is huge, isn't it, with all
Yeah.
the countries? It's thousands of miles, probably, isn't
Yep.
it?
Yep.
In 3rd place on our list we have China. China has 3,134,000 military personnel serving in the army. 2 million of this personnel are active and 510,000 of them are reserve. There are also 624,000 paramilitary personnel in the army ranks. As air forces, the Chinese army has 1,200 fighter jets, 371 dedicated attack aircraft, 286 transport aircraft, 399 trainer aircraft, 114 special mission aircraft, 3 tanker fleet,
It's not a lot, that, considering the size
112
of their
helicopters.
country.
It's not, is it?
and 281 attack helicopters. As land forces, China has 5,250 tanks, 35,000 armored vehicles,
Wow.
4,120 self-prepared artilleries, 1,734 TOW artilleries, and 3,160 rocket projectors. As Navy, China owns 2 aircraft carriers, 1 helicopter carrier, 41 destroyers, 49 frigates, 70 corvettes,
It's a big navy, isn't it?
Yeah.
79 submarines, 152 patrol vessels, and 36 mine warfare ships. Number 2. Russia. On the 2nd place on our list we have Russia. Russian army has 1,350,000 military personnel in service. 850,000 of these personnel are active and 250,000 of them are reserve.
Not now they don't.
Do we doubt those numbers?
You go. I was waiting for one of you to say it.
The thing is, if they're emptying prisons in Russia and saying to people, what's Putin saying? 2 years service in the army and you get your criminal record gets expunged and you're free.
Is that what it is?
It's either 2 years or 5 years. You've got to.
Are they actually doing that, or is
Yeah.
that just a story?
I saw footage of Putin in a prison actually giving a speech to everyone saying it.
I read this morning that one of the commanders of that what's that group of I can't remember the name, that fight for Russia.
Chechens.
No, they're not, I think they are Chechen, but they're Russian, I think. But I think it's they're like Wagner. Is it called Wagner?
Right.
The Wagner group. Right. One of the commanders has defected to Norway and claimed asylum.
Oh, really?
Wow.
One of the leaders.
He'll get jabbed with an umbrella.
He was ex-prison.
Was he?
Yeah, ex-military and ex-prison as well.
Right. Okay.
But if 850,000 active personnel, why would you need to start raiding the prisons to? Unless it is just cannon fodder to go to the front line.
I think that's what it is.
Well, you said it, Dave. I mean, they don't want the experienced personnel getting wasted, sort of thing, do they, so to speak?
But it's gone a lot longer than what they anticipated, hasn't it?
They've got egg on the face at this point.
I think what it comes down to there, you just look at the top 10, and then you look at the Allied forces. I mean, number one's going to be the USA.
Yeah.
And you look at the Allied forces or NATO, whichever way you want to look at it, and just France and Britain alone in Europe, for example. Germany's not even on that list.
No, they're not actually. Yeah, you're right.
So you look at countries like that, and you put it together, and all of a sudden you've got two or three of them countries you put together, and you've got 9 aircraft carriers. So many frigates, so many warships. You've got everything.
You've got the best equipment as well, though. Not just sort of like having to quit some of this equipment, but. I think a lot of the European nations, US, it's the.
Well, we're seeing that with Russia, aren't we? A lot of the equipment is just shite. It's like they've still got the wind-up engines, haven't they, and stuff like that.
It's very, very old. I think
they've got like rusty AKs and stuff. There's sort of boxes that have been stored for 30, 40 years, isn't there?
Yeah, they've definitely not maintained the military sort of like stuff, unless it's just a decoy. I don't know what they're playing. I don't know but I think military like this anymore. I'm not sure these are wars are won anymore. Anyway, we've had this discussion before.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's definitely sort of like more data wars and stuff.
Look at China. A lot of that is land force. It's like armoured carriers, tanks, artillery. They've got absolutely
to deal with on the land over the border.
That's on land over the border stuff. That take that way. I mean, obviously they've still got impressive. Navy, Air Force,
Air Force you need as well.
Of course, yeah.
But it's interesting. It's I don't know. There's a lot of might on show here, but Germany's not there. It was a big surprise for me.
Yeah, same here.
They're just sneaking at the back, just letting us think they've not got the biggest military.
Building up an arsenal in hidden bunkers. And
just eyeballing Belgium for a bit, like
Poland.
Yeah, Poland. Yeah,
bonjour.
One day.
Bonjour.
Yeah, I did. I don't know if we reacted to it, if it's just something I watched, but they said one of the big problems in the Russian military is corruption, and like all the budgets that were supposed to be spent on like body armor, and it's just it's just newspaper in the body armor and things like that. They're opening shipping containers and there's nothing in there when they're supposed to have spent billions on equipment.
Yeah, but you imagine. Well, I think they have spent it and it's gone. It's been pilfered.
And
it's all ends up in Afghanistan and Chechnya and places like that. That's what happens.
Yes. Yeah, you're probably right there.
Or the Wagner Group and people like they've got it all. They've got their hands on it.
There are also 250,000 paramilitary personnel in the army. As air forces, Russia owns 772 fighter jets, 739 dedicated attack aircraft, 445 transport aircraft, 522 trainer aircraft, 132 special mission aircraft, 20 tanker fleet, 1,543 helicopters, and 544 attack helicopters. As land forces, Russian army has 12,420 tanks, 30,122 armored vehicles, 6,574 self-propelled artilleries, 7,571 towed artilleries, and 3,391 rocket projectors.
These like parades they do here with like of showmanship of the equipment they've got, and they plough through it all, and it's all paraded through. In Moscow, in I guess Red Square, or you go into like China do it like through their sort of like streets. North Korea do it quite a lot. And you don't see it really in Western countries, do you?
No,
we don't do it over here.
Not at all, really.
Don't recall ever seeing one in the USA.
I mean, we sort of have. Well, it's not the same troop in the colour, but it's not the same, is it?
No,
it's
we don't put all our tanks on.
It's
not ferrying like 250 tanks down the streets of London and all that kind of stuff.
Missiles and stuff.
Yeah.
No. Well, they'd get stuck in the potholes, wouldn't they? That's why.
Yeah. I'll be going off everywhere like bonfire night.
Yeah.
It's a bit vulgar, though, really, isn't it?
Mm.
If you think about what it actually is,
yeah,
you know, because the people you're parading them to know exactly what you've got. They know the numbers.
Yeah.
If you're doing it for the people, you know, and everyone's there at some sort of military show, it's different. But we don't
just do a video and put it on TV.
Yeah,
I mean, to parade it through.
Maybe it's just
streets.
in the mindset of these countries have been doing it for years and years. Maybe it's just part of
It's
their
tradition.
makeup, where they like seeing the military might that gives them the public a bit of peace of mind, sort of thing, knowing what they've got. Sort of thing, maybe.
I just wonder how other countries do it and some don't.
It definitely just seems to be more like a Eastern Bloc type of communist type of thing, doesn't it? Really,
it's a show of force, isn't it?
Yeah,
Think a little
exactly.
bit.
Yeah.
21 Tower artilleries, and 3,391 rocket projectors. As Navy, Russia has 1 aircraft carrier, 15 destroyers.
Didn't the aircraft carrier get sunk recently?
I don't know, 215,000 luxury yachts.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
Loads of them
yeah,
got
yeah,
taken,
yeah,
didn't
I know,
they?
I don't know. Didn't they all sail into like waters, like international waters, and
I think
a lot did.
dock at like Grand Cayman and places like that. They're all sort of like
got out of the way,
stocked
didn't
up
they,
there.
before
Yeah.
they could get repossessed.
Yeah, I think a lot did, but a lot didn't. A lot left it too late. Didn't one of Putin's private yachts get taken?
Yeah, but I think didn't it get taken back not long ago and ended up sailing down to like Grand Cayman or somewhere. Or
Did it? Right.
yeah, same as Abramovich's yacht as well. That sort of like got what's it, and then ended up in. You seen it coming out of Turkey all of a sudden.
Oh, was it?
It got sort of like seized, but then it was in Turkey. Then it was leaving Turkey and heading again somewhere that was a safe haven. I can't remember what country it went to.
You'd definitely get your equivalent of the SAS to just like swim to it, just hijack it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, excuse me, son. I'll be steering this, mate.
Yeah.
Like, what are they worth, some of these yachts? Like,
Billions.
Billions.
Oh, it's absolutely incredible.
It's well worth sending a team of 8 guys to go and take it back, isn't it?
If someone tries to nick like my lawnmower out my shed and fucking fighting,
Hiring 10 blokes to go and get it back.
you know it.
Yeah.
11 frigates, 86 corvettes, 70 submarines, 59 petrol vessels, and 49 mine warfare ships. Number 1. United States of America. And finally, on the first place on our list, we have the United States. United States has 1,832,000 military personnel in the army ranks. 1,390,000 of these personnel are active and 442,000 of them are reserve. There are no paramilitary personnel in the US Army. As air forces, the United States owns 1,957 fighter jets, 783 dedicated attack aircraft, 982 transport aircraft.
I'd say what I'd love to see. I mean, not seen it yet. To know like the size of. I mean, I know we've covered like powerful militaries like the USA. And we've looked at what they've got and what equipment they've got.
Yeah.
I don't ever recall seeing one where it shows you the spread of where they're located. You know what I mean? So you've got like 982 transport aircraft, but you've got 250 here, 400 over there, 110 over here.
Yeah,
you get it with the States with the amount of bases they've got, which we've covered before.
Globally,
absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, how it's sort of like distributed, how it's split.
How many?
Because there's not many. I mean, I know USA is open for attack from land from Mexico and Canada. I get that. But they're probably not going to. Mexico and Canada are not going to do anything.
It's
unlikely. It's very unlikely. Yeah. So most of their threats are going to come from other places, aren't they?
Yeah.
Know, whether it be from hypersonic missiles, whatever you call them, and
that's their biggest threat, without a doubt.
Yeah, and it's and then data, cyber.
Yeah, of course.
Cyber warfare. So I wonder what sort of like these special. What do they call them? Special
operations.
Or
yeah, there'll be
like,
something along those lines.
The aircraft that are
block signals and Wi-Fi's and stuff. Yeah, I think you're right.
2,661 trained aircraft, 774 special mission aircraft,
special missions,
627 tank fleet,
wow,
5,463 helicopters, and 910 attack helicopters. As land forces, United States has 6,612 tanks, 45,193 armored vehicles, 1,498 self-propelled artilleries, 1,339 tower artilleries, and 1,366 rocket projectors. As Navy, the US Navy owns 11 aircraft carriers, 9 helicopter carriers, 92 destroyers, 22 corvettes, 86 submarines, 10 petrol vessels, and 8 mine warfare ships. This is the end of our video. If you enjoy this kind of military content,
I thought they'd have more than 10 patrol vessels.
Yeah, you think they would really?
I've seen one of them patrol vessels. I don't know if it's a patrol vessel or a frigate. I don't know the difference. I'm not a military guy, but you know, from a patrol vessel, I've seen some of them. Like on the there was a guy I used to know when we lived in Rotterdam, and he was a part of the I don't know what you call it, lifeboat, or you know, we have like the RNLI type thing. He was like similar in the US military, but he was based out of Rotterdam. And they used to have them sort of like I can't remember what you call them over there now.
Coast Guard,
US Coast Guard, and they were in like I don't know if that's a part of the military. I don't know if it comes under the Coast Guard, because they had these patrol vessels going around there, and I've seen them in the Middle East as well. Seen them in Bahrain.
Their Coast Guard is legit, isn't it? In the States, it's not like the RNLI over here. They're armed.
Yeah,
you know,
correct.
I was going to say
they're
more
dealing with the cartels.
Serious people.
Our Coast Guard is for ships in distress, things like that. I suppose, isn't it? Your general day-to-day running of your waters.
That comes under our Navy over here. What their Coast Guard is. Yeah. The US Coast Guard is a proper serious.
Maybe
I don't know if it's a branch of the
maybe
military.
that's paramilitary then. The Coast Guard.
There's no paramilitary in the US Army.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, you don't get it in the UK Army neither.
No. But I think you're right with the Coast Guard, US Coast Guard. I think it's totally different. I think they do with like illegal drugs coming in as well, don't they?
He dealt with everything. He was big on it, and I think what he used to do, he was looking after. I don't know if it was warships passing through but he was US Coast Guard based out of Rotterdam. Yeah, and I went down one day to sort of like have a look around the port where they were based, and they had like what looked like patrol vessels. To me, that's what they looked like. Yeah, you know? And he was just but I think he'd have more than 10, especially with the size of the coast on the USA.
Again.
And then you've got patrol vessels that are going up and down like different seas around the world. Yeah, I thought they'd have at least like 1,000. I would guess that.
You think so, wouldn't you? But maybe some of the other frigates and stuff like that are used for things like that,
or they belong under the US Coast Guard that doesn't come under the military. Yeah, it's a different branch.
With you. You guess so. They've got to be all along the coastlines, haven't they? They've got to be again huge coastlines.
Yeah, let us know in the comments on that. If you're a US Coast Guard man, woman, whatever.
Yeah, we need to find out about. Firstly, where Germany would be on the list, cause
must be 11.
They must be just out. And also who's got the worst military. That might be a fun video to find.
I'm thinking somewhere like Vatican.
The Vatican
City.
Yeah. They're just like, God will get you.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
They're very wealthy and they're good at protecting bad people. So I didn't
no corruption there whatsoever.
No, I didn't say any naughty words either.
Yeah. That's right. But it's I think there are places like you've got San Marino and places like which are
there'll be small countries which have got virtually nothing.
Little principalities, with that next to nothing, like one gun and a tank maybe they bought from Afghanistan that was been blown up already once before.
Not any big militaries in Africa, like South Africa or anything, or
they will be.
Some big countries there as well, isn't there?
They have to. I guess in certain countries you have to have a decent military, especially places like Democratic Republic of Congo, Nigeria would probably have a bigger. Nigeria's a massive country.
Look at things like Iran as well, and I think they'd have a decent sized military as well, wouldn't you?
I think Iran might fall under that same category as North Korea, as not knowing what they've got.
Maybe.
True. Yeah. True.
Because I think Iran might be on that list, and North Korea might be on that list.
You can pinpoint one of their generals with a missile all the way from the States, but you don't know how many tanks they've got.
Anyway, it was interesting. Idea. I mean, the guy's voice was a little bit off-putting, but it was an interesting video to know about.
I thought that I was dull and monotone before.
We still think that.
Yeah.
Compared to that, Dave.
I'm so exciting.
Rock and roll, you, Dave. Compared to that.
I mean, bless him, but good video.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's just interesting info.
It is. Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
But let us know in the comments about the US Coast Guard as well. I'd be interested to know about that. Does it fall under the military, and how many
there is?
What do we call them?
Bodies,
patrol vessels,
able-bodied people.
Yeah. How many people does it employ? Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.